Hello and welcome back to Budgets, Bargains and Bullshit. This is part 2 of this week's cash stuffing. This is just the chatty version. This is the more in-depth budget version. So if you haven't already watched the cash stuffing, you can go and have a look at that. That should already be up. I have made a couple of changes this week. So I got this from a charity shop, which you'll see in my video. I had my cash lined up in it, and it actually worked really well, to be honest. So yeah, for 50p, and I know it's meant to be for a toast or bread or whatever, but it works so well. So yeah, and then another little change is these jars. Obviously beforehand I was using an old candle jar. Sorry, one second, something's rattling it and it's getting on my nerves. Oh, I can't move it. Right, there we go. I originally bought these to put some dog treats in, but the dog treats didn't fit, so, and they were only £1 each, so I wasn't taking them back. So now I just use them for my challenges. At least they look a little bit cuter than just random odd candle jars and tubs. The last thing that's different is I have brought this back, which I used to use all the time. It's the Filofax purse, wallet, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, now I'm cash stuffing my petrol and my food budget and things like that. So yeah, that's another little change. Honestly, you'll soon realise that I just change my mind every week. I'll tell myself, right, I'm doing it this way. I'm not changing my mind. And then I change my mind halfway through. Also, I saw Budget with M, I think it was, using these pens. They are so good. I make so many mistakes. And it's just, like, look down here. You can just go like this. How good's that? Honestly. I don't know why I never thought of getting these before. They are expensive though. Well, these ones, I got the blue ones from B&M and they were like £3 for a pack of 3. The black ones I couldn't find. I could only find them in Tesco's. And for a pack of 4, they were £7. £7 for a pen. Well, for 4 pens, but still. Anyway, what am I doing? I need that. Right, stop yabbering on and get on with it. So first of all, we start with last week, so I can show you how terrible it went. That terrible that I wrote frowny faces on my sheets. So as you know, last week I explained that I had worked out that my husband hadn't been paid correctly, and yeah, that kind of just threw me off. I did my food shop a day early, that threw that off. It was just a bit of a shambles. It's a very long story, but yeah, we got this sorted in the end. And yeah, I know what I'm doing from now on, and I'm going to be definitely checking each and every wage slip even still. So yeah, hopefully we won't have that problem next time. I did want to roll over 850. You'll see in a minute that I didn't actually be able to do that. But we're not going to dwell on it. So we had 3 no spend days, which is still quite good. Do you know what? I'm going to move this out of the way. I think, yeah, 3. I wanted 4, but, you know, we'll take 3. The reason why these are half and half is because although I did overspend compared to what buffer I had left myself, honestly, I think it was still quite good. Like, for me, I was so worried about going out and spending like £200-300 and using all of my rollover money, my emergency fund, if you want to call it, that I am actually quite happy with how these 3 days went. It wasn't a budget, it wasn't 100% to plan, but it was a lot better than what I've previously done. And the fact that I've been able to, you know, normally if I'd have overspent on one day, that had been it. I'd have just cancelled the budget, not bothered doing another video, and just overspending every single day. So yeah, it was still budgeted in a way that I didn't just go out and just spend on anything. And it was a lot less than what would have happened had I not been budgeting. So this was the estimated version. This is the actual. So in the end, we rolled over £727.22. So it is just over £100 less than what I had wanted. Again, not going to dwell on it, just going to move on. It's better than what, like I said, what I would have done if I hadn't have been budgeting. Both our weekly incomes, what it totals to, minus off my outgoings. So £13 for my dogs fleeing and worming. I get it monthly. It works out cheaper for us and a lot easier. It just comes in the post and I'll just give it him straight away. So yeah, that's that. 2 phone bills, some regular payments to some debts, and then I did end up cash stuffing this. I wrote this out before I chose to start back up on my Filofax cash stuffing thing. So yeah, that has now been cash stuffed. Yeah, so I put £200 towards cash stuffing plus 150 here, and I did do an extra £40 in the end. Yeah, in the end of that. That leaves me with £168.42 as a buffer. I'll explain why that's quite a lot this week. And it will mean £1,000 rollover. And honestly, I am dying to hit that £1,000 rollover, to be honest. So I'm really hoping that this week I can motivate myself to make sure that that stays as it should. The reason why we've got £168.42 buffer is because we do need dog food, and that price always changes. Every time we go, it's always different. So I don't set a proper budget for it in a way. It's usually between £20 to £30. It just depends. Interest charge, which is about £1 something per week. And Mother's Day, I have got cards, but I haven't got any gifts. So I was just going to do gift cards this month. This year. So yeah, that's gonna come out of the buffer as well. And then the other thing is Friday to Monday we have off work, and that's why I have given us quite a substantial amount of buffer. Is that the right word? Substantial? Large amount of buffer, if that makes sense, because we are off 4 days. And then we're working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. From Tuesday, we're back to work as normal. So obviously we're just using up our holiday days at the minute. So yeah, from there onwards, it'll just make it so much easier. But yeah, Friday to Monday, 168.42. And all we need is dog food, interest charge, and Mother's Day gifts. I'm not going overboard. I know some people might, spend quite a bit. Personally, I don't, because listen, for example, my mother-in-law, we like to buy her gifts throughout the year. We'll buy her just a random bunch of flowers, or, pay for something, or fill up a car with fuel. I mean, it's extortionate at the minute. So it's, she's very appreciative of it. And we just find that that's, to us, just more meaningful than Mother's Day. I don't know. Some people, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Sorry if I offend anybody. Personally, my own mum, I don't really have much to do with, but I do still send a card, and yeah, probably a little gift card for somewhere. So yeah, probably like £20, maybe £20-30 for Mother's Day. I didn't do this last week, but I am going to talk through next week, just very, very briefly. So I'm hoping to cash stuff 300 this time, put a bit more towards my penny and pound challenges, and a lot more towards car insurance, because that is coming up next month. We have £0 in bills. I mean, that's quite good. We're quite shocked at that. So yeah, I'm going to be putting a little bit more towards my regular debt payments, a little bit more for a food shop and petrol, so we can sort of have extra ready for the weeks ahead when we do have bills. And yeah, hopefully, obviously I haven't filled any of these out yet. Hopefully we can still roll over that £1,000 from this week, and that will set us off in a good pattern, hopefully. So I always write out two now. I write out an estimated one, which I'll be filling in sort of in the next 2 days or so, and then the actual one, which I fill in usually around Thursday or Friday morning, depending, just before I get paid. So a quick run through of these sheets. Council tax, I don't know why, but I thought you got March and April where you didn't pay a bill. January, February, March, April. Yeah, I didn't think you paid a bill in March and April. Turns out it was February and March. But I thought I paid a bill in February. So I don't know where I've got that from. But anyway, it is coming up on the 1st of April. We have just received the bill, so we haven't really got much time to stuff, but at least we've got something towards it. So it now currently has £45. I do have one more week before that bill is due, and then it'll just become part of my direct debits. This was just sort of just a little, trying to put something to one side, instead of, yeah, leaving it all to the last second. So even £45 better than nothing. Dog challenge, this week we put 45 in, so that's looking quite good. Debt challenges, so I did explain this in my very first video, but I have been setting myself some little challenges to clear off my debt. This one is the current one, and I've actually completed it. I wanted to work 11 hours overtime to be able to pay off £106.74 from my Argos, and Wednesday this week just gone I worked 12 hours, so this is actually completed now. So we're going to write that down. So although I haven't got the money from it yet, I get the money next week, I am going to count it as completed, because as soon as that money comes in, it'll be paid onto that Argos plan, and that'll be paid off. And I did give myself to the 31st of March, so I still have, is it 2 weeks or 1 week? I think it's 2 weeks. Well, I don't even know what week we're on. What week are we on? But yeah, technically I've got 2 weeks. I've got all of this week and all of next week before that needs to be finished. So yeah, that's done. I will think of a new one to do. I do like setting myself little challenges like that. Penny challenge, which is for my Christmas money. We put in £10.45 this week. We're now at £36.65, which is all in here. We are slowly catching up, but we will get there. Pound challenge, which is this one, which is for my husband's birthday present. We put £10 in this week, so that equals 33. There's £33 in that, and it does finish, it's 140, I think. So yeah, going quite well with that. My cricket challenge, we'd put £20 in this week, so now that has £50. I do need to highlight these as well, just to keep it coordinated. So yeah, that one's slowly getting there. One thing that I did want to mention is the more that I'm doing my little cricket challenge each week, which is this one, yeah, the more that I do it, the more that I kind of think to myself, is it something that I'd actually use? Is it something that's going to be worth it in the long run? And I'm a bit half and half at the minute, but by doing this, and you know, not just by going out and, you know, putting it on the Argos card or putting it on the credit card or just paying it off, you know, going buying it because I've got extra cash, It's giving me time to think about whether or not I'd actually make the most of it, if that makes sense. Like I say, at the minute I'm still half and half, and I'm going to still keep doing it, but we'll see. Eventually I might think, do you know what, it's not worth it, I'll put this money towards something else. But for now, we'll see how it goes. So that is everything for this week. I am going to be trying to do at least 3, if not 4, no spend days. So hopefully that all goes to plan. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you next week. Bye.